Hey friends, welcome back to Midweek Encouragement. Glad that you could join us today here at First Church of God. Um, there's something in my life that is probably more frustrating, and I don't have to do it very often, but about once or twice a year, I end up traveling someplace by air. And anymore, it is getting harder and harder to go through TSA, through the security measures to get onto an airport. When you go through these lines, you have to empty all your pockets, take off your shoes, take your laptop out of your backpack or your computer bag, and take your phone and your keys, your belt off. And I mean, you almost feel like you're going to the doctor's office for an exam. And then you have to go through this x-ray machine, put your hands up, and it spins around. And finally, you get to go to the other side, get all your things together, if everything goes okay, and put it all back on. Then you get to the airplane and you take off. Well, recently, I got into the airport, got through all of security. That went fine. Sitting waiting for my airplane to take off and get the news, it's delayed. It's delayed. It's delayed. It's delayed. And for every delay, that puts the time frame, the layover between one airport and the next airport even closer together. And I'm getting concerned, okay, am I going to have to do the run from one terminal to the next? Finally, when my plane takes off, it is 30 minutes later than my connecting flight in the next city. I'm very frustrated. I'm very messed up because it's messed with my routine. And when we get to the airport, the place where I was supposed to have my layover, I needed to go to customer service. And I go over there and I find out, oh, okay, good news. They're going to put me up in a motel. They're going to give me taxi, and they're going to give me a meal voucher, and I get to fly home the next day. A delay. I didn't really need the delay. I wanted to be home with my family, but that's okay. And that there were other customers around, and they were very frustrated. And some of them were getting angry over the situation that they had no control over. I had no control over. Colossians chapter 4, verse 6 says, "Let your conversations be always full of grace, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how to answer everyone." When I got up to the customer service agent, I just decided I'm not going to be a grump. I mean, it's midnight. I'm tired. I'm fatigued. I didn't make my flight, but that's okay. God was going to do something. God was protecting me. And I think that those layovers, those setbacks are kind of like difficult people. Let me ask you this. Have you ever hugged a porcupine? And neither have I, and I don't plan to. But if you ever were to pick up a porcupine, you'd need to wrap them in some kind of a thick towel or wear some really heavy gloves so you wouldn't get poked. Some people are kind of like porcupines. They have quills. They're sticking out. They don't know it. And an inner fear has startled them. And we need to approach them with a blanket of grace. The grace that you have been given. The grace that has warmed you. And we need to love them like Jesus would love them. Now, they're going to eventually forget how they raised their quills, but they will remember the fabric of the grace that was shown to them. People don't usually want to be a pain. They want better. But sometimes we get stuck. Sometimes we get a delay. Sometimes we get stuck going through security, and it's a pain in the neck. But the good news is God is with us. So when I was having all that flight delay and frustration, and there was some more to it that I'm not even talking about, I was reminded of Joshua chapter 1, where it says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be discouraged. God is with us." Each of us know how complicated life can be. And praise God, we don't have to go through TSA every day. I mean, some people do, but we don't have to. And we know how quickly pressure builds with all of the responsibility that's trying to distract us and weigh us down and pull us here, pull us there. Well, we're aware of those unique ways that those pressures come up in our lives, especially when they seem to direct us more than we want them to. And we want people to show us grace. We want people to give us the benefit of the doubt. We want people to understand that everybody has a bad day from now and then. So what do? What we need to do is love the difficult people. Love the creepy people, love the naked people, love the hungry people, love others as you have been loved. Give them the grace that you want to receive yourself. Because when we become grace givers, we end up having more to give away. Give them something that you have to bless them instead of blasting them. And you're going to see you get a lot farther along in a lot easier way. So let's just love people, even the difficult ones, and especially people that work in TSA. Have a great day. Bye-bye.